Guys, and welcome to another KJ's tutorial. Today I'm just going to go ahead and show you guys how to put together all these little cute nautical plaques that you guys can use for your tier trees, home decor, or pretty much anywhere that you want to in your house, beach house, lake house, anything. They will look cute anywhere. So I'm just going to go ahead and show you guys how to paint them, assemble them, and all of that. These are already the masking is already pulled off of these, so when you get these in the DIY kit, you will have to pull the masking off of these. I do have another video that I will link below in the subscription where it shows you guys how to take the masking off in case you aren't aware of how to do it. Okay, so here we have the 3 pieces. So these 3 are going to go together, these 3 and these 3. You will end up putting them together like this. When you get them, they will not be burnt out like this in the middle. Okay, so there will be an outline, but it will be the same color as this in the middle. So you won't see all of this like you see here. So yours will be a little different. So there will be an outline. So when you put this on, you will know where to put it, but it will still be this color. It won't have that little charred area in the background, okay? Just so you know. So I'm not going to paint these ones. I like these the way that they are. I like the background, so I'm going to leave them alone. I'm going to paint the 3 pieces here and the 3 borders. I'm going to paint them this really pretty blue. It's called Suddenly Sapphire. It is a bare paint. If you're not familiar, a lot of Home Depots have 99-cent paint samples. So go and check them out and see if they have anything for you. So I'm gonna go ahead and use this one, and I'm just gonna paint these 3 and these 3, and then I'll show you guys how to assemble them. So I'm gonna just speed this up for you guys so you're not sitting here watching me paint for a long time. Okay, now that they are all painted, we're gonna go ahead and move on to assembling them and putting them together. We're gonna use Loctite super glue gel. So what you do is, this is a brand new bottle, you're gonna twist. If you guys can hear that, until you can't twist it anymore. Then you turn it the opposite way to turn it off. So you're gonna turn it right until it doesn't click anymore, and then turn this left to take it off. And that's how it breaks the seal to make sure that the bottle's open. So you only have to do that once, only when it's a new bottle. So I think I'm gonna put this on first. I just think it might be a little bit easier. So I'm gonna go ahead and just put a couple dots. We don't really need much because this stuff works so good. I think it's about $2 and change at most of my Home Depots or Lowe's and stuff like that. I think I'm just gonna put it as like little frames on the side, if that makes sense. And we don't want like too much either, because then it'll come out when we go and put it on. It's just something like this. Okay, so I just kind of like framed it out. And now we're gonna go ahead and push it on. I'm gonna go to the bottom first. Yeah, so it's a little much in some areas, but that's okay. I actually want to grab my paper towel here. I always keep a damp paper towel, and it's probably like, why a damp one? But for some reason, the damp paper towel removes this stuff really well, usually. I know sometimes it's a pain. Oh, my finger stuck to it now. It's okay. Well, now my paper towel stuck to my finger. You just want to make sure that it's on, because this stuff sets like right away. So we definitely want to use a little less, but it's okay. So it kind of just takes a little bit to play around with it and see exactly how much you need of it. Gotta clean out this little corner. If anything, you can always take your Exacto knife, especially once it dries, and just kind of like scrape against it lightly and carefully, and it will remove it as well. Sometimes it's easier once it's dry, sometimes it's easier when it's wet. It really just depends on the mood of the super glue. But there's that. I kind of just did this blue because it just felt like it kind of went a little bit better. These pieces you might want to use a like pair of tweezers or something for, just because it might be easier. Very little bit of glue, and I'm going to do this one upside down actually and put it here. Okay, there's that piece. We'll do this one. Okay, let's match this one up. Like I said, yours won't have this deep of an engrave on it. It will just be an outline, but it'll be enough that you'll know exactly where it needs to go though still. Okay, and then this piece is gonna go right into here. I'm gonna turn it this way so I can see exactly where, right like that. Okay, push it down. I don't want to stick. All right, we might need to use a little bit more. They do need a little bit of pressure when you use them, because if you don't, that's why I'm not going to have these engraved like this, because it kind of sinks in and it won't fit the right way, so it's just going to have an outlines this way. You saw how easy this stuck to the back, okay? And now these don't want to stick at all. So I'm actually going to lift this one up. You see how like the glue barely reached here? So you will not have this problem when you buy them as a DIY kit after this. Whoops, well, that's not a good thing. Let's see if that works. If anything, you can also use hot glue. We might need to hot glue these on. I don't want to waste too much super glue, so if these don't work this round, we're just gonna super glue them on. Okay, this piece needs to, uh-oh. Yeah, it's definitely because of that, because it's trying to stick to the board itself, and we don't want that. Come this way. And you need to move down a little, just like that. All right. You also have to be careful because depending on the size of the wood that is ordered, some can be very, very thin, and you definitely don't want to mess with it falling off or breaking or anything. Like if it falls off, you can put it back on, but certain pieces, it's easy to just snap. Just pushing it. All right, that took that time, I think. All right, a little. We're gonna let these sit and see how that goes. If anything, like I said, these ones might have to be hot glued on just because the glue will sit up a little bit higher. Very thin. So I learned that for this to be thinner, you just want to hold down one side, not both. Okay, then we're going to match this one up. Okay, we want it right there. Push it down a little. Like I said, it sticks almost immediately if it actually wants to take. So I'm actually going to go and grab the hot glue gun, and then I will come back in and we're going to hot glue these ones on so I can show you guys how I hot glue. And I'm going to glue this one while I wait for the hot glue gun to dry. So I'll be right back. All right, so now the glue gun is heated up, so I'm going to go ahead and show you guys how to do it with the glue gun as well. So you're just going to add little bits of glue in random places. You don't need to cover the entire back because sometimes it's actually a little bit too much. You kind of just want to do where there's like the big pieces. You're gonna go ahead and you gotta work fast when it comes to hot glue, and you want to stick it on and make sure it's lined up everywhere. See, I didn't stick it fast enough, so it actually didn't stick. It's already dry. So you gotta work super fast when it comes to hot glue. That's the only bad thing about hot glue. The good thing is it does pop right off, so you can just do it again. But the only thing I don't like is having to constantly keep playing with it, because sometimes if you mess with hot glue too much with it, it can actually break your pieces. Oh my goodness, never seen hot glue stick on so much. Okay, peel that, there we go. And then we want to peel this piece here. It's all sticking to me. It's all right if you don't get all of it. It's just the more that you get, the better it is. This way it lays flat. Okay, we're gonna do it again super fast. And then we're gonna go here. And then there, okay. Let's see if that worked. I'll move the strings away after I'm done. Hope that's lined up right. Looks like it is. And then now you can start to remove the strings. And at this point, it's probably easier to get tweezers. That's what I usually do to get all the little strings out, is tweezers. But since I have these here, I'll just go ahead and show you guys. I mean, you can also just take this and kind of slice it around too. I'm gonna go ahead later on and get tweezers and pick all these pieces out, but so don't mind the extra little pieces right this second, but definitely get tweezers. They're a lot easier to use. And this, I'm just gonna do the outside ring. I'm not even gonna worry about the little pieces, because by the time I get the hot glue in there and get it thin enough, it's going to be completely dry. Okay, I'm just gonna pick this one up, make sure it's on right. And that actually went on pretty good. There's one little spot, but it's already stuck, so I'm gonna leave it. But look at that, guys. That's how easy it is. So yours won't have how you can see the colors in here, and in this one, it won't be dark like that. It'll be light, just like this color. So it won't be like it is in this little crevice here. But that's it, guys. It's super easy, super fast. I'm sure you guys are like, wow, this looks like a pain, but it's really not usually like this. Especially because it's only going to be outlined. You're not going to have to deal with the deepness and the depth of this. So you're not going to have to worry about switching between hot glue and super glue, unless you really want to, because some people do like to use both so they don't waste too much of their super glue. But guys, it's a super easy, super simple. It's definitely a fun craft, especially for girls' nights, for your little ones, for a night in with you and your husband, or you and your wife, or whatever you really want to do. It's totally simple and easy, and it's just a lot of fun to sit here and put in your own thoughts. You can add polka dots to it, you can add stripes. If you have a Cricut machine, you could add decals to them or anything else. It's just really fun. If you guys have any questions, comments, concerns, or anything, please just let me know. You can email me at kjs25@yahoo.com, or you can go ahead and just comment below. Thanks, guys. I appreciate you guys watching this video, and I hope you guys have a great day.